Hi guys, it's Amy with Leap of Faith Crafting, and today I have a super easy and fun project for you. I'm going to show you how to put vinyl on a glass block. I made this cute little block here. I love you to the moon and back, sweet dreams. This makes a great night light. I have lights in it and I can turn them on. It's a little hard to see in the light, but these can shine at night or in your house. These make great gifts for pretty much anything, babies, weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, graduations, anything you can do. So I'm going to take you step by step on how to do this, on how to paint the frost on, and then how to easily apply the vinyl. And I also on my blog have the free SVG file for you, so you can hop on over there. I will put the link below and grab the file and make your own. So if you like these videos, make sure you hit the subscribe. So you're going to use the frosted glass spray paint and spray the block completely. I just was back about a foot and just sprayed back and forth and then just rotate it around or move yourself to the other side. Make sure you're in a ventilated area because this stuff will go everywhere. So I just did the whole thing a couple times just to where I wanted it. Personal preference, if you want it really frosted or just a little bit frosted, it just helps diffuse the lights that are inside of it. And then you're going to let it completely dry. And then once it's dry, you're going to add another layer of enamel. I use this crystal clear enamel and just did 2 light coats on it just so that the vinyl wouldn't pull off the paint. And then you're going to cut your decal out. So I just started with the black and just put it in my Cricut and had the Cricut cut out the black part. And then once that's done, you're going to unload the mat. And I just removed the black vinyl and added some yellow vinyl on to cut out the moon. And then again, insert your mat into your Cricut and click the arrow button. And then once the go button is blinking, click that. And do the same thing with the blue for the cloud. I just put a little piece up at the corner and I used a brayer to push it down a little bit more just because my mat's not that sticky anymore. And once all those are cut out, you're going to start weeding them. So I like to put mine on a mat because it helps it stick down, and then I can just pull off the top. So I usually trim all the excess off first, just so I don't have to weed as much, and because I like to save my scraps for other projects. I do have tons of scraps. But once you have it pretty trimmed down, then just pull off the top. And then start weeding out the little pieces that are inside the letters with a weeding tool. And every so often I will pull up a letter sometimes and I gently just put it back where it was. So just keep weeding until you have all those little pieces out. And again, I trimmed off where the moon was just so I don't waste a lot of vinyl. So once I had all that, it is time to apply some transfer tape to each piece. You don't really have to put transfer tape on the moon. I did, but it's one big piece and you could really put that on by itself like I did with the cloud. The main part is getting the transfer paper all over the wording so all of it comes up together. So once you get it on, you're going to scrape it down real well with a scraping tool. And then I also like to trim off the excess transfer tape so it doesn't stick down while I'm trying to move it and center it. And then you're just gonna set it on the block and align it and measure it to where you want it in the center. And I set my other ones on it just so I can get a better idea of how far up I was going to have the moon to make sure that it was centered. And then once it's exactly where you want it, I like to do the hinge method, which is applying a piece of blue painter's tape to one side of it and then flipping it over, and then you're going to remove the backing off the vinyl, and then you're going to gently push that back down and place it right where it was. The painter's tape holds it exactly in place, so you don't have to worry about that. And then peel it off and again scrape it down as best you can, and then you're going to start pulling up the transfer paper. And if some of the vinyl just sticks, just push it down a little bit more and slowly pull it back until you get all of it off. I do the same thing with the moon. Again, I said you don't really need the transfer tape on the moon. You could just apply it, but I already put it on. So scraping it down and then just pulling off the transfer tape. And then the moon I just did like you would, kind of like a sticker. I just placed it on and pushed that down. And then place the stars wherever you want. I have a few of them on one piece of transfer paper and I just push them down. Again, you could probably put these on with tweezers too. And then it's time to put the lights in. I got this set of lights at Costco. It's a battery operated light that switches. It has like 9 different settings, which is really cool. But you can use plug-in ones or any kind of ones, and you're just going to stick them in the bottom. And there you have it. And you can see these ones change all different colors and they blink on and off. And they're really fun. So I just dimmed it a little bit to have you see what it's like in a little bit darker of a room. So you can leave it like this, super cute like this, or if you want, you can embellish it a little bit. I decided to add some ribbon around mine, so I'm going to be honest with you, bows and I are not friends. It is my one crafting thing that I have yet to be very good at. So I just wrapped this around it and hot glued it on the top. You can still get into the bottom pretty easily by pulling it over a little bit. But I just wrapped this all the way around and glued it in place. And then to make the bow, I just cut a piece of the ribbon and just folded it back on each other so the ends met in the middle. And then you can kind of squish it down in the middle. And then I just cut another piece to put on the back side that would hang out, just like the little tags. And I cut an angle at the edge of it. And then I cut a little piece to wrap around the middle. So my camera cut out here so I don't have it all, but I just set them all on top of each other and just wrap that little piece around in the middle and hot glued it all together. Like I said, I'm not great at bows, so I wouldn't go buy my bow. There's lots of other great tutorials out there on YouTube of the bow. So there it is with the bow on top of it, all glued down. Thanks so much for watching my tutorial, and if you like the video, make sure you subscribe at the button below, and have a great day.